of conspiring against the U.S. Secretary of State Rubio says a deadly U.S. strike on a boat off the coast of Venezuela targeting the narco-terrorist group Tren de Aragua was a message from President Trump.
He's going to use the full power of America, the full might of the United States to take on and eradicate these drug cartels.
Rubio set to meet with Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum today. A federal appeals court has ruled the president cannot use the 18th century Alien Enemies Act to deport Venezuelans. Legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
Trump unsuccessfully had argued that this Venezuelan gang is a state-sponsored international terrorist organization that has invaded the U.S.
The Alien Enemies Act had only been used 3 times in U.S. history and never since World War II. A court appearance is scheduled today for the Houston man charged with murdering an 11-year-old boy playing ding-dong ditch.
Police say Julian Guzman and his cousin knocked on Gonzalo Leon's door 3 times within 15 minutes. After the 3rd time, Leon allegedly followed the boys down the street and fired 2 shots.
Once into the ground, and then drew down and shot the young man in the back.
Harris County DA Sean Tier.
No reasonable person would be in fear for their life.
Police say Leon is an Army veteran. They found 20 guns and some smoke grenades in his home. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
A new report from the American Cancer Society finds rates of advanced prostate cancer diagnoses are on the rise after a change in screening recommendations more than 10 years ago. CBS's Dr. John LaPook.
The bottom line was, as they started doing less and less screening with PSA for prostate cancer, you had a decrease in the diagnosis of prostate cancer, of course, but then an increase in metastatic prostate cancer.
Dow futures are down 1. S&P futures up 29. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. We offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today.
I'm Matt Morgan, Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today.
Call 1-800-602-9900.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDI.
News and weather brought to you this hour by Flora Animal Hospital, where we treat your pets like our own. Visit our website, floraanimalhospital.com.
More heavy-duty drug arrests may be coming. A 30% chance for showers and storms this afternoon with a high at 88. Tonight, clear and 68. Thursday, sunny and 92. In the 90s the rest of the week and the weekend. With news on 103.9 WIAB, I'm Chris Davis. 100 pounds of meth, phony oxycodone with fentanyl in it, 2 pounds of weed, a rifle, and a stolen SUV were all found by Capitol Police and the Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics at a house on South Crown Point Drive in Jackson back on August 7th, with info just now being released on that bust. Now authorities say they expect more arrests in addition to Raquel Taylor and Tyrone Samuel, who are both charged with aggravated drug trafficking. Jackson is getting its vendors paid with the help of new software, says Brandon Jackson, city budget manager, at the budget hearing with the city council Tuesday.
But now the vendors are actually putting in their own invoices within the system so we can actually track what vendors have been paid.
It was iffy when and even if vendors would get paid under the Lumumba administration. An 18-year-old has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder in Jackson's latest killing, which happened Sunday night just after 11:30 on Ridgewood Road. Reginald Brown was killed, and now detectives say Camarius Huff has been arrested. They did not discuss a motive. Jackson will get just under $3 million from FEMA, which was approved Tuesday. And that's for help in recovery from flooding, but also for help in the 2022 portion of the Jackson water crisis. A wanted man busted while playing the slots at a Vicksburg casino. 30-year-old Brian Keith Williams was wanted across the river in Louisiana for making terroristic threats. Police say he had meth on him while sitting there in that casino. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WIAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, jump away at the storm. That's what I'm gonna do.
And good. Wednesday
morning.
See there? She looked at me like deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
Like,
I wanted.
I don't know what day it is.
I wanted it to be Thursday, I guess.
I was going to say Thursday, but today is Wednesday. Of course, Grip and Grin Wednesday at the Mama Hamels. Y'all make sure you show up there. Good morning, Jolynn. She's all tuned in on YouTube, as you all know by now, on Facebook. I'm in the doghouse. Now, somebody says, well, most people, when they get in the doghouse on Facebook, you can't post or anything. I go, They won't let me do live videos.
Yeah.
I'm being censored for my live content. Okay, boys and girls, but I'll be back. But they did give me a date that I would be back. So, but I'm still contesting it with them because
it was a bunch of nothing.
Clay says a lot worse things than me, and he's still there. Okay, that argument didn't work. But but anyway,
so here we are.
So here we are, and I'm looking at the news. I wish I'd watched this story on Channel 16. But City of Pearl says no to the sale of alcohol in retail stores. That's no to liquor stores.
So they don't want any liquor stores in Pearl.
And then, the mayor's kind of upset about it, or disappointed, let's just say, because he thought that, because the people voted 60% to put it on the ballot to vote. So that would seem like you have the votes to win.
Right.
No, they voted to put it on the ballot to talk about it. That's just like having a ballot initiative saying, we'll put this to rest once and for all.
Yeah.
Okay. So they put it on a ballot initiative and they could have approved it. They could have put it on the ballot for approval to the people, but they put it on the ballot for the aldermen to decide.
Oh.
And then the aldermen two voted for it.
Yeah.
5 voted against it. Boom.
There it goes.
There it is. And,
so with it going in, like they brought it before their aldermen, will it ever be able to be brought up again in the future?
Yes. And there used to be some kind of law that it couldn't be brought up real quick, but it's just like in Gene McGee world, the people brought it to the ballot and it was on the ballot. And they voted it down for that 1% tax increase in Ridgeland.
Right.
And then the alderman got it brought back onto the city election ballot. I mean, it was on the big ballot in November. Then it was brought back in the city election that just took place. And because everybody is an incumbent and running, there wasn't that many people that went out to vote.
Right.
So they were able to pass the 1% tax on to everybody. And then of course, they came out and said, we're not raising taxes in here. Yeah, you are. You raise taxes to build your park.
Yep.
And I mean, that's the way it goes. Yeah. Everybody plays the game. There's a political side to the game and everybody is playing the games. So you got to, figure it out. It's just like Shad White will be on Clay's show today.
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will. And the question of the day for me would be, what makes up a public-private entity like Makita or Rankin First or the Madison County Wastewater Association?
Right.
what makes them public and what makes them private.
Mhm.
Okay. Because in Canton, CMU and Makita started a deal for a wastewater plant.
And they birthed
And
a
then
whole new thing, didn't
and
they?
then they all got in trouble for fighting back and forth. And then at the end of the day, now a new company has emerged, Madison County Wastewater,
Yeah.
and they kind of taking over the bills of Makita,
hmm
and Canton still owes their part of it, but Madison County Wastewater is collecting the money now.
Yep.
So you tell me. I mean, I'm trying to learn the players before I get too deep into asking about it. Are you going to call in and ask? Am I going to call in and ask what?
Are you going to call in on Clay's show and ask Shad?
I'm going to grab him in the hallway and say, "Hey, Clay, I'm going to try to ask it in the hallway."
Yeah.
And more than likely, he'll be in Madison County. He'll probably be at Grip and Grin.
Mm-hmm.
But, everybody's got a question to ask him. And that'll mostly be, are you running or are you not running?
Yeah.
But and Delbert today, I'm wondering if today is the day he announces, because every time when he was running for lieutenant governor, he came once. But other than that, every time he didn't show up. When Chris McDaniel's there, he didn't show up. He didn't show up. And so Delbert, the Democrat, is out there on the loose. And I got into a conversation online yesterday about we were talking the school choice, and everybody's saying, "Well, Chip, you're calling it school choice." I'm calling it school choice because that's what you want to hear. I'm not. I'm getting to where I'm not for school choice.
Right.
I mean, that's where I'm at. But the issue that everybody keeps talking about is school choice.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, on school choice, it looks like we probably don't need it. I will wonder what Shad will say about it.
Right.
Because, that has been a strong agenda of the Republican Party, and Trump brought it up that it was a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Jamie Creel, he brought the heat.
He did.
And then the lady that was supposed to be here, Ms. Ferretti,
Yeah.
didn't show up.
I know.
And she's had that appointment for 30 days.
Yep.
She'll be at Grip and Grin today. She said she'll be here next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how you defend what we heard. I mean, the
Right.
reality is all the money goes to the top.
Mm-hmm. And it
Trickles down.
Filters down was the
Filters
big
down.
word, filter.
And, filters in money in politics means big guys got it on top.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just let a little bit get through the sieve a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Well, it's like Delbert was on the news yesterday, I'm sure, and this morning is when I called it. He was talking about the truancy officer that only gets paid $24,000 a year. And that if we wanted that truancy officer to do a better job, then they needed better pay.
Well, my question to you is this. In my day, when I was in school back in the 1800s
Mhm.
and 80, or 79, 78, 77, the truancy officer was basically the principal
Right.
calling up your parents.
Yeah.
He's not in school.
Yeah.
And boom, you were going to get there.
Mhm.
And when and there were corporal punishment along the way. And then after you got there, you got the paddle
Yep.
at work there. But I mean, and there was lots of that's where I learned a lot of bad language growing up.
Yeah.
When they had to leave work to come find you because you had skipped school.
Mhm. Well, parents cared back then too.
Yeah.
Parents don't care today.
So so that doesn't even really do you any good with the
Mm.
truancy officer,
Mm-mm.
because if you can't motivate the child to go to school, you can't. And then it's just like, for instance, he brought up the fact that he says it wasn't really, he says history is important, but it's not that important. And I said, no, history is the most important thing that we have,
Absolutely. Yeah.
because that's what we're doing. We keep tearing down history.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep tearing down, and these kids don't know the history. If they knew the history,
They would think about it before they read.
Look at it this way: when we get a bunch of politicians that don't know history,
Mhm.
we're destined to repeat ourselves.
Absolutely.
I mean, we need that. History is the most important thing going on when you start looking forward as to, because you got to understand, and it's like this, that everybody in America won a lottery when they were born.
Mhm.
And that was the lottery of freedom that we have in the United States. All these other places are third world countries.
Mhm.
We would not want to live there. We would not want to live in a place that didn't have electricity. And that would mean you wouldn't have air conditioning. Maybe you have to connect the dots for these people.
Yeah.
But I mean, we live, and like today I was listening to something and it said globally, in the United States, when we first came here, we located next to water
Mhm.
so that we could grow our crops.
Right.
Nowadays, we live wherever we can, as far away from the growth source. The food's grown here, we live here.
Mhm.
And we've gotten disconnected from what it takes to survive. When we got to America, we knew what it took to survive. We needed food, we needed water.
Yep.
And now and then over the years, we've let big government, they think they've tried, but they really haven't tried. And then all these big corporations who give money in, they have ruined our food
Mhm.
source, because I can promise you there wasn't an Oreo on the Mayflower. Okay. It just wasn't there. So we did all this stuff to food, and then we did all this stuff to the people, just to teach them not to know anything. I mean, we've ruined the system.
Right.
And we got over here first, and we went to church and we drank beer. That was where our meeting places were.
Mhm.
And now a lot of people don't do either of the two.
Nope.
But anyway, I don't, the beer part is just because the water, they got used to that on the Mayflower, because you can't you had to have beer. Beer runs a ship, right?
I don't know.
We're going to take a break. We'll figure out where I'm going. And we'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Don McKenzie on WYAB. We'll figure out where I'm going. And we'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show with
1039 WYAB.
Pure Air Consultants has always been your go-to for reliable and affordable heating and cooling systems, and now we are offering day and night brand to avoid the 25 to 30% increases that everyone is talking about. With day and night, Pure Air Consultants professionals can install a reliable system with a 10-year system warranty, and right now receive $20 off on service diagnostic fees. Call us today, 601-939-7420, mypureairconsultants.com.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's is a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic Southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
This month, UrgeVet Emergency Vets of Madison is celebrating 5 incredible years of serving your pets, and we couldn't have done it without you.
From late night emergencies to weekend worries, we've been here caring for your pets when your regular vet isn't available.
Join us in celebrating 5 years of compassion, expertise, and tail wags.
Drop by for giveaways, treats, and more, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for all the fun. Located at 15 Olympic Way in Madison, you can call us at 601-790-1918.
UrgeVet, always here when your pet needs us most.
At Bank of Yazoo, we believe that common sense makes for better banking. That's why we've taken our array of checking accounts and simplified them for you, boiling down features and benefits to create our New You, Achieve You, Benefit You, and Protect You checking accounts. Ready to discover how simple is better? Talk with us today. Bank of Yazoo. Bank of you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
I like my insurance like I like my burrito, with everything rolled into one. Was in a state of craving amigo, so my agent showed me how it's done. He wrapped up my auto, my home, and my life. The discounts I'm getting are great. Everything good right there on one plate. Head to a better state, State Farm.
To keep more of your money in your pocket, call John Dorsa at 978-2302.
My name's Terry Parkinson. I'm with the Madison County Co-op in Canton. Hunters, we've got the deer food plot and attractants. The Madison County Co-op built a big following and then cultivated it over the years and try to be real competitive on our price and selections. What makes us what we are is you can come in the door, get your ticket and go to back, and we get you loaded and out of there. The Madison County Co-op in Canton, we're about a block southeast of the square. You want to get in there and get out, you come see us.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here's your host, Chip Matthews.
It is the Chip Matthews Show live on X and on YouTube, not on Facebook. And that's only because we're in trouble.
No, you're in trouble. I just got pulled along
Yeah.
with you.
yes. That's the way things work. But we're going to try to get it up on your Facebook this week. We'll figure that out. And then we'll figure this out. But we'll be back out of the doghouse with Facebook soon. And so as everybody tuning in, I want everybody to think about, if you've never been to Grip and Grin, I really want you to think about going. Now, today it will be full. There'll be a lot of people. But you run through the line and you get your plate at Mama Hamill's, and then you go through the doors. It's find a seat, and you're going to hear some gripping and grinning. And these people, they bring in different political people to talk. There'll be a lot of politicians there.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be a lot of politicians that duck and hide.
Yeah.
Because they don't like to be talked to there. But, and I mean, and you have a lot of people that work in the government that do a good job. And then you get to meet people and know people. And that's what's wrong with our political system here in Mississippi, is the people don't really know the people that are running the government.
That's true.
So the more we can get together and talk, and then of course, some of the people that work in the government are scared, get in a situation where they don't feel like comfortable talking because they could get fired.
Right.
What they know is what they know. And every once in a while, you'll get a phone call from one of them. Hey, I need to tell you something, blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay.
Don't say my name.
Don't say my name.
Don't say my name. Say my name.
And that's what? What are you singing?
But that's that song over there.
What song?
I don't know. It's an old song.
What song?
I don't know.
Is it by Kansas?
No.
By Journey?
No, it's it was a more of a modern day song.
Okay.
You wouldn't know it.
I wouldn't know it.
It's not back from the 1800s.
Okay.
I wonder what kind of music they did play back then. Did they have music?
Beethoven.
Yeah. Did they bring them a piano over on the Mayflower?
They brought a harpsichord.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought that thing that had that Ben Franklin invented, that had the ball. It has glass bells on it. And you rub your hand in water and then put it on there.
Yeah.
It makes mysterious sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, they got over here in the Delta and in Canton, Mississippi, where they invented slide guitar. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
When Elmore James broke a Coke bottle and put it on his finger and started sliding on a guitar in his uncle's TV repair shop.
Right. Interesting. Lots of rich history in Canton,
Yes,
Mississippi.
yeah. And then, of course,
Mhm.
that is where Chip Matthews is from.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you lived there, but Chip Matthews was born and raised there.
You are an original.
Yes, I you know, and they'll write the history books and say, Chip, he tried to tell us that we are going down the wrong path.
Yeah.
But we had already teamed up with Satan and went there. And we always thought that Chip was Satan, but no, it was the government.
Mhm.
But anyway,
Mhm.
just kidding.
Well,
Sort of, kind of.
But-
You know, we got to do better. We got to do better. The school choice thing is a big issue, and it's because school choice does not seem to meet the need of what the problem is. If we're missing 29, what was it, 29, he said the number so many times, 2,900, 643, something like
Mhm.
that, of
Teachers.
teachers to teach in
Yes.
the United States and in Mississippi.
Yes.
And the Delta is one of the worst areas. And of course, if you look at, and he's talking about segregation, he kept talking about how school choice could wind up
Being segregated. Mhm.
Well, let me ask you this.
And a lot of people feel that way too.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like it's segregated already because I-55 to the right of I-55, east of I-55,
Mhm.
those people are learning
Mhm.
and those school districts flourish. To the left of I-55, the Benny Thompson district, those people are the ones that are in the dire need.
Right.
So if you really look at it, we have segregated the state through education with the interstate I-55 in the areas in which Delbert makes sure Benny Thompson gets.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yep.
and a lot of people are going to say, well, Delbert doesn't have control of that. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Because he controls the legislature. It's just like we don't have a ballot initiative because Delbert doesn't get it onto the agenda to be voted on.
Mhm.
And, you know, and I think back to when we lost it and all the governors who said, well, we're going to have a special session to get the ballot initiative back. And they're talking about doing one for school choice to slide it through because Trump says he's for school choice. And I'm going to say school choice in other areas are important. But when you're in Mississippi, in a state that politically we're built from the bottom down, from the people to the governor, it goes up.
Mhm.
But in schools, we start at the top with
Right.
the money and work down.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why that's reverse.
I was having dinner with my brother-in-law and sister last night, and we were talking about administratives,
Yeah.
schools administrators. And the subject came up that the administrators in Vicksburg, Warren School District, were about to take a whole airplane full of administrative people to Honolulu, Hawaii for a seminar.
Well, you know, in Honolulu,
Honolulu, Hawaii.
well, they've been known for their abilities to teach for years. You didn't know that? It takes you back to your grassroots because you'll wear your grass skirt and you'll eat pig
Yeah.
and poi,
Uh-huh.
whatever poi is, and you'll get to watch the sun come up and you'll be out there isolated from America
Yeah.
so that you can learn
So they can
like
have
natives.
the fresh air
Mm-hmm.
coming off the ocean, cleaning your nostrils.
And going to Hawaii is not all it's cracked up to be, people. I just want you to know that.
I know, but what a waste. What a fleece. So at the end of the day, the people learned of what their plans were.
Right.
And they cried out and made a big to-do out of it. And so now only one or two of them are going.
So basically, two people decided they were going to go, and we're going to carry everybody with us to make it a school trip. That way we can all pay for it out of the school budget.
Right.
And they'll probably, those two that are still going, are probably still going to figure out a way to fleece that money out of it.
Absolutely.
And Shad, if you're listening this morning, we have now given you the inside. You can go up there and go in there and say, okay, nobody's going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
not on our dollar.
Yeah.
But, and that's also weird
But-
because we talk about how the shortage of money is in
Mhm.
Vicksburg in the school district.
Mhm.
And we always thought the slot machines and all of that was going to make sure you never needed another dollar
Right.
in Warren County or any of these counties where they touch a school district with a casino.
hmm
And they're shorthand. They
They're-
they raise taxes.
But to have 185 school districts
Right.
in a state that only has 82 counties.
And I think you're only 140, by the way. It's not 185.
I was told different
Somebody said-
yesterday, but anyway.
Okay.
So, and
Somebody
to
had
be
to correct me.
and to be 2,000 teachers short
No,
in the state.
2,900 is almost 3,000.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
you graduated from Vicksburg and you and they
Worked
don't
out
teach-
now.
and they don't and they were teaching starting at Common Core
Yeah.
when you were coming around.
But to not let go of any of that money that those administrators are paying themselves to get our teachers back is ridiculous.
And then when you look at let's say, for instance, if you've got a superintendent, then he's got an assistant and an assistant. Those people allegedly probably were once teachers.
hmm
Why don't you put them back in a classroom?
Right.
I mean, we don't need administration. Back in the day when we were all Little House on the Prairie, the people got together, they built the schoolhouse.
Mhm.
They hired the one teacher to go in and teach. There wasn't any all this hierarchy, administration, and all these other people that were getting all this money. We probably could go back a little bit
Yep.
and fix this
Mhm.
somewhere.
I think we need to fix the school teacher problem before we give school choice.
Well, you need to do that. School teacher problem would be fixed with more money
Mhm.
for the system where you could offer more money.
Right.
And that would come through consolidation to get rid of some of these superintendents.
Yeah.
I mean, to believe that you could fire 4 people and raise $1 million is that would go a long way in a school district. We got to take a break. We'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Don McKenzie on WYAB. That would go a long way in a school district. We got to take a break. We'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Don McKenzie on WYAB.
1039 WYAB. CBS News Brief. Chinese President Xi Jinping showed off a new generation of weapons at a massive military parade in Beijing, joined by Russia's Vladimir Putin and China's Kim Jong-un. Think that North Korea's Kim Jong-un, she warned.
The Chinese nation is a great nation that is never intimidated by any bullies.
The president says 11 people were killed in a U.S. strike on a drug boat operated by the Tren de Agua gang off the coast of Venezuela. CBS's Charlie Daggett.
The strike announced by the president comes at a time of unprecedented military buildup near Venezuela. It marks the first of its kind so far, and the administration warns this is just the beginning.
A federal appeals court blocked President Trump from using an 18th century law to deport Venezuelans. Legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
The majority said essentially that we're not at war and that what's happening right now does not amount to an invasion or a predatory incursion.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
We would like to invite you to visit our retirement community, which is not only beautiful, but affordable as well. I'm Rhonda Brown, director at the Waterford on Highland Colony in Richland. Our enhanced dining services include 3 delicious daily meals served in our beautiful open dining room. In addition, we're pet friendly and we're so excited about our brand new dog park. Call us at the Waterford on Highland Colony in Richland, 601-856-6131.
Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Do you know your rights? Don Evans does. Do you really believe that the insurance company would disclose all information to you? Don Evans will make sure that you are fully informed. It costs nothing to discuss your case. From car wrecks to malpractice, Don Evans will make you and your family whole again. Don Evans won't ever charge unless he collects for you. Call Don for a free, no-obligation consultation at 601-969-2006.
Get the jump on the season at the #1 stop for all your boating and custom water sports needs, Smith Marine. Crest Pontoons are here. Come experience luxury and style with a 90-day, no payment, no interest financing option with approved credit, plus a 1-year Seato membership, free cover, free bimini top, and free inflatable tube. And these crests are pre-rigged with Suzuki motors and Suzuki's industry best warranty. Smith Marine also buys quality pre-owned boats with consignments and trade-ins on the res in Ridgeland and at smithmarinesales.com.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Cork and Door Company has been providing quality residential garage and commercial overhead door products to Mississippians for over 50 years. Cork and Door is a supplier of garage door parts and services such as LiftMaster, commercial and residential door operators, as well as Clopay, sectional commercial and residential doors, Asta, commercial sheet and rolling steel doors, and Cornell, rolling steel and shutters, with many in stock for the same-day pickup. CorkandDoor.com. That's CorkandDoor.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
I am the king, Chip Matthews. She is the queen, Dawn Mackenzie. I lost your name for a second. We are the rulers of the roost. It's 6:36 a.m. in the morning here on the radio, all across Mississippi and around the world.
Yeah.
And there's also other states in the United States that we're broadcasting. We're probably banned in Kansas.
Why Kansas?
I don't know. I just thought I'd make that up.
I figured Washington State, maybe.
That would be an untruth by me.
Yeah.
You know. So I misspoke.
Yeah.
And that would a politician says, I misspoke. Now we're on in Kansas. Never mind. Dorothy and Toto are happy now. Okay. So
Jimmy Creel was talking yesterday about Jamie Creel, I'm sorry, was talking yesterday about how communities, the Clinton community, really gets behind their school. And in that conversation that I was having with my family last night, they said everywhere you go in Clinton school, they talk about their school. They ask questions about their school. They're all involved with their school.
And seeing that takes you back to the dynamic of what I'm talking about when you say we get back to a schoolhouse with a teacher. When a community is involved with your school, and that means you have football, you have basketball, and everybody's involved, and you go and sell the ads around the program, and everybody wants to be. You have your insurance agent, Jamie Creel, for Shelter Insurance in one corner. I just thought I'd give him a gracious plug. And then down in the corner, it'd say Acme Pizza.
Yeah.
A gracious plug for a Chippy.
Yeah.
Then
front and center.
Then front and center would be your ad for
Buck Commander Properties.
Commander Properties.
Yeah.
And then, of course, up there in the left corner would be your
Rattler Ferry
Trading Post.
Mm-hmm.
But no, when you think about it, and like last year, I was trying to convey to some Cantonians that it was really important that the basketball team won a championship, won a back-to-back championship at Canton High School. And then in football, they had progressed, and I think they made the playoffs or whatever. But the thing is, when things happen in the community and you're involved in the community and people can get involved, but right now in Canton, you have just the parents involved. I mean, they built the school so far out of the town that they keep us separate. They keep everything separate.
Right.
You know, Madison Central grew and became strong because everybody went there and everybody was involved. And then their football team got better when they brought in Flora to bring in some bigger guys to play line. Then they started winning championships.
Yeah.
Then the school got overcrowded. So then they went to Germantown and built another school to be the overflow. So what you're looking at when you talk about school choice, these kids cannot go when the schools are already too full. They're packed.
Right.
I mean, when you go Northwest Rankin, you go into Rankin County, Northwest Rankin's packed, Brandon's packed, Pisgah's packed,
Mm-hmm.
Puckett's packed.
Right.
We're talking about when we were growing up, that was the boonies.
Yeah.
They didn't have, they barely didn't have anything.
Right.
But these schools are exploding through Rankin County. And I give some of that credit to the supervisors over there doing a good job, and also give it a credit to all the roads they built. They've got great roads that are built out in the country that are now becoming housing communities, where in Madison County, we didn't build to where we could have houses. We've done whatever we can to make money through businesses and buildings like Makita, and they built the Amazon and Coke. And you bring all that here, but we have no infrastructure to get to Canton.
Right.
There's no way to get there. And it's like they don't drive the same roads we drive, because it only takes one car pulled over between here and Gluckstadt, or just the other side of Gluckstadt, between Gluckstadt and Madison, to block the interstate.
Right.
I mean, it is a traffic jam from hell, and you got another 35, 40 minutes, but they don't care.
Yeah.
And then they put in the bridge at Reunion was supposed to relieve some of that traffic, but they don't have an exit down to the interstate. So we're taking that traffic and putting it on the 2-lane road that we call 51. That should be 4 lanes to Canton, but it's 2 lanes to Canton. And you put more traffic over there. Meanwhile, while we're speaking, there are people in line there at 51 at Gluckstadt waiting for the light to change so that they can get out of there, and they're trying to go 2 miles to work, and it's taking them 45 minutes.
Right.
And that's without the wrecks. That's if it's all flowing good. And y'all think about your supervisors when we go to vote next year. These people, I don't know that things don't happen overnight, but when they want it to happen overnight, it does.
Right.
It's like that bridge on 43. We were going to be closed for 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
Got done in a week.
I drove over that spot.
Yep.
Either they didn't fix everything they had to fix, or either they just fixed a little bit of something, because what they repaired on the top of the bridge didn't seem like it should have had taken 3 months.
Everybody complains. Nobody does anything about it.
Complaining.
You can get out there and do it yourself.
I'm just saying,
because that's
they
what
must not have fixed it all.
Because that's what the government.
More's coming.
Oh, I agree. It's just like in the government in Jackson. If the people had to start picking up the trash to get the trash picked up, and they said, "Oh, this is great. They're picking up the trash. We don't have to. We don't have to budget those people to go do that work anymore." Yes, you do. You budget these people to work. They're probably your uncles, your brothers, your aunts and your uncles. That's what they do up in Madison County. The Board of Supervisors hires all their friends to do whatever they can, and family, because they don't want them on their nickel.
Yeah.
And two supervisors have been there long enough to retire a generation from their family. They've done 20 years with those people, and they're working on their second 20 years. And those people have a lot of years in already, 10 years.
Yep.
And it's just going to get worse and worse.
Yeah.
And now they opened up, to make it more convenient for everybody, they opened up at the Fred's across the street. Everybody, you can tell how many news people in Canton on the air grew up in Canton, because they say Fred's. Everybody goes, "This is the old Fred's." Yeah. That building has been completely remodeled, and it looks great. And I just look at it and go, Fred's. Y'all make it just sound.
Or the newbies that come to town don't know that it's Fred's.
But I guess what will happen next is we will take all the Dollar Generals in Madison County and turn them into offices for the
why did they feel they needed to move those?
Well, one, they ran out of room.
Mm-hmm.
They ran out of room.
Yeah.
And then when they ran out of room, then you also had the old annex place where the originally, when this building was being built, the DA's office for Madison County was going to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the DA office they wanted to be in Madison.
Oh, okay.
Away from the courthouse.
Yeah.
And so the DA.
That makes a lot of sense.
So we're paying for a building there that we're lease purchasing or something like that. It's some deal. but we're paying entirely too much. And we're down in Madison with the DA's office, which they're not where they're supposed to be when it's time to go to court.
Right.
They're in Madison. That's not Canton,
Yeah.
where the courtroom is.
That's not your county seat.
And that's not where you grab the paperwork, but
Mhm.
that's what they do. And, you know, there are so many people that if they would do right for North Madison County would be the best place on earth.
Mhm.
It would outshine Rankin County,
Yeah.
but we're being held back by bad leadership.
Mhm.
3 people, two of them that are Democrats, one of them that says he's a Republican, has no spine. He can't vote against him. Every time he sees him vote, I got to vote for him. I got to vote for him. I got to vote for him. And so he votes for him every time. And Chris Hinkle, I see you right there on the phone. And I'm going to tell you what, you need to be at Grip and Grin today because I want to see him get up and ask a question of Delbert. And I want everybody to chime in. I want to know what question we need to ask Delbert. The question I have on my mind is ballot initiative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've talked about
But
that.
there's
for a
so
long
many
while.
other things. There's so many other things that he keeps from getting to the floor
Mhm.
in the Senate to where we can talk about these things.
Yeah.
And it seems to me like some senators that are, I guess if you can't argue with the committee chair, and all the committee chairs, he likes to appoint Democrats or very strong rhinos.
Yeah.
You know, how do you get into this to where you can get, if we had the ballot initiative, tell everybody, the people could take this problem off your back.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all have beaten the people down to where the people don't vote. And y'all know that. And by not teaching history and government in school and making them test on it, you're creating all these dummies who think that it's all about making money on Bitcoin. Which it is about that. Mitch Steiner knows that. He knows you can make money on Bitcoin. But I mean, the reality is they're telling you how to do this because nobody wants to work. If we can keep the people stupid, then us that can get into government can keep all the money.
Yeah.
And everybody will just say, well, that's the way it is. If you get elected, you get the money and you get to do whatever you want to with it.
Mhm. It's not the way it's supposed to be.
No, it's not. No, it is not. These politicians, and I have a lot of friends that are politicians. I guess they're friends. They smile at me. Some of them say, please don't. If I come on your show, please don't. And I just want some answers. You know, why can't somebody explain to me where the money goes?
Mm-hmm.
How
well,
we
you
get
see,
there?
Jackson's supposed to get $2.8 million from FEMA.
Right.
I'd be interested to see.
And they're all mad because it took FEMA longer to get here with it. But I mean, they were probably waiting on the last administration to leave, and then they went, "Oh, the new administration doesn't care either. We could have sent them $50 billion. It's not going to go where it needs to go, and that's that."
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's just sad. You can't, you know, it's like in Jackson, because of the size of the town, used to have the Callaway School District.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was all into their football team and everything going on there. Then you went to Forest Hill and then you Provine. People were community driven.
Right.
All the communities are shot.
Yeah. Except for Clinton. Clinton's still community
No, these are
driven.
in Jackson.
Yeah.
Clinton's not in Jackson.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that is not there. There's a little bit of balance in Byram.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some in Raymond. But I mean, the reality is you got to get the community back involved in the school, and you need things that inspire you, like your school that you went to becomes the good football team, or this, that, and the other. That does help inspire it. I mean, Ole Miss is the greatest team in the world. Then everybody circles around it, and they're in Starkville. They're trying to get it together.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think a lot of the problems these days with our communities not being communities is there's so many transient people. You know, people don't get a job and stay there for 100 years unless you're a supervisor.
if you get elected to be a supervisor, you'll be here forever.
You know, people change jobs and they move across the whole United States these days. So there's no There's nobody staying in one place anymore.
And it's like one of those things. Like, for instance, if you tell me I'm making, let's say you're making $60,000 in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Not great money, but it is great money in Mississippi to a degree.
Right.
Okay. And then your wife gets a job for $60,000 and you get offered a $120,000 job for the same job in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So you move to Dallas.
Oh, what
Your
a terrible
expenses
mistake.
your expenses go up, but just
Yeah.
think, you don't have any taxes.
Yeah, that's a plus.
And it's all gone. It's
Yeah.
not like one of these trickle down programs.
Mhm.
We got to take a break. We'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Dawn McKenzie on WYAB. Trickle down programs. We got to take a break. We'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Dawn McKenzie.
1039 WYAB.
Attention homeowners and business owners. Complete Exteriors is now Elite Roofing and Gutters. Are your roof and gutters storm ready? The folks at Elite are your local experts in storm protection. Now is the time for an inspection and for proactive solutions that ensure your roof and gutters can withstand any storm. Get up to a possible $250 rebate on a new roofing system for all active military, veterans, and retirees. Online at eliteroofer.com.
You can show your pride and patriotism in honor of the 250th birthday of this great nation by proudly flying a flag. And a complete flag source on I-55 in Jackson is the place to find it. All sizes for all purposes. And they have the official 250-year celebration flag. Have a look at CompleteFlags.com. That's CompleteFlags.com.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
Here's a word from John White, the owner of Two Gun Tactical in Flowood and Ridgeland.
I carry a gun every day, all the time. Last year in America, 2 million legal guns were pulled, and it stopped the threat. So I'm really wearing a firearm just to stop the threat. There's more likelihood of me just pulling it and not using it than there is using it. TwoGunTactical.com, TwoGunTactical.com.
Two Gun Tactical, South's only country club.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Doctor, the AC doctor, what's your diagnosis? My whole house was hot as a fever. Now my house frozen, cause my air conditioning so. Doctor, my AC's broken. Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
The AC Doctors is your one-stop provider for air conditioning and heating installation, service, and repair. Contact us for money-saving repairs and lower energy bills.
Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Google the AC Doctors and get some relief today. TheACDR.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
And I am Chip Matthews. You are Lindsey Beckham. No, you're not Lindsey Beckham. We were talking about Lindsey's show now. Lindsey and Sean back together. You're Dawn McKenzie.
Yes.
But Lindsey and Sean are back together, it seems. And so they're doing the show, but I think it's still the Lindsey Beckham show.
Okay.
I don't know if it's still crossing the aisle, but it does still have the same music. I don't know.
Mhm.
But anyway, it comes on at noon today if y'all want to check that out and see what's going on in the world. Of course,
And they're about court TV is what they do.
they do a lot of court TV stuff. I don't know what they're that much.
But it is
I'm usually
lawyer-
napping.
Yes.
Yeah, it's lawyer talk.
Okay.
Mostly. And some legal talk. I mean, she'll talk about school choice
Yeah.
and this, that, and the other. I don't know what her opinion on it is, because we've all been different. Because Clay was adamant about school choice, and I was like, let's open it up to hear both sides. And then it gets back to what it really is money not going where it goes. We need to educate the child first. Don't worry about everything else. It needs to go to the child first.
Yeah. And also last night in my conversation, they spoke of they have a liaison in the Clinton School District that goes around to all these pre-K kindergartens, and they direct the directors on this is what this child needs, the platform it needs to be ready for kindergarten. And
and-
so they all work together from top to,
we can't get people to work together in the same building.
I know.
And Clinton does it all. I mean, Clinton,
Their number one priority in Clinton is to educate their kids, and it starts at pre-K.
And look, that is a Christian town because of the Christian college being there and this, that, and the other. And it's put together well, but it's the closest thing to me to being a real community in the state. I mean, we really, when you look at Jackson's torn apart in a million places, and then you start building these neighborhoods outside of the city, the other cities that are around us. I'm going to say it, and Brandon, Pearl, all that. And they grow out, and even Madison has done it. They've grown out so far that they don't have a sense of community because they're part of one side's on one side of the interstate and one's on the other side of the interstate. And it just seems like the communities are all spread out.
Right.
And I don't know how you get, and everybody, used to when you wanted to live in the country, you were a farmer. And you live way out. Now you build the big house on 10 acres, 15 acres out somewhere, and you put a long driveway on it to keep people away, and then you complain about your water bill because you're watering 15 acres. And if you got the money, you can do that. I don't know how all these people own these $1 million houses in Mississippi. You have these $1 million houses. And allegedly we're broke. And they have $1 million houses. They have 4 or 5 brand new cars in the driveway.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you do. I mean, how do you live on plastic that long? I mean, at what point does that just collapse? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Talking to somebody who never lived on plastic, never had a real credit card.
Well, that's good for you.
Yeah.
A lot of people, that's all they know.
They all talk about the credit score. My credit score is 0 because I never did it.
Pay cash for everything.
I paid cash 90% of the time if I couldn't steal it. No. No, it's just not a thing I did. It's not it's like to open a restaurant or bar. People ask me all the time. I say, if you don't have the money in your pocket to open it, you damn sure don't need to borrow it, because it'll be the first thing. It'll be gone in no time. You don't want to, to me, you don't want to get 90 days terms with people and this, that, and the other. It will be gone. You always want to be ahead where no matter what, you can lock the door and go home and say, everybody's paid.
Yep.
Everybody's paid, and go home.
And the banking industry's changed a lot over the years too.
Oh yeah.
They're rough.
What kills me with the banking industry is they don't have a problem charging you or reminding you or keeping up with your balance, but they have a bigger problem trying to get your money in your account. Like, for instance, you just had the long weekend, so money that came in last Thursday didn't hit the bank account till beginning yesterday.
Right.
And you're going, y'all got a 4 or 5 day float on my money. That's just not right. Meanwhile, my account said I had $60 in it, and now today it says you have $10,000, and you're going, you held up $10,000 for a bunch of days.
Yeah.
What are you trying to hope for?
Yep.
I know they're trying to hope for a bounce check, but not me. It's not happening in my
What
world.
you trying to hope for?
You know, They get $45 a piece for those now,
Yeah.
I think, or 32 or something. They get entirely too
know.
much. They need to reform the banking industry too. But I think crypto is going to take care of that.
Yep.
Oh, is this show almost over?
It
It
is.
is. Clay Edwards Show will be coming on with Shad White today. We're going to Grip and Grin. We got.
We'll see you there.
I know we got 30 seconds.
Oh, we got 30
No,
seconds.
we don't. We're gone.
Bye.